guys and girls, and welcome back to another game of Vidya. In this episode we're going to finish up our little physics series here by installing CBP, which is the physics mod, and CBBE, Terra Armor Collection, just cause pretty much. And then we're going to go in-game, test it and tweak the settings. But first, let's start with installing it. So first we're going to go into the CBP mod. Again, I've already extracted it for the sake of time. So we're going to go into our data, which is where we're working, skse, oh, pardon me, plugins, highlight everything, drop it in. Now this config text file here, that is where you'll go to change the settings and all that. So for breast and butt and all that. So it looks a bit daunting. You can ignore all this belly stuff. CBBE won't support the belly, I do not believe. I could be wrong on that. We'll soon find out. But the breast and butt stuff is where you want to concentrate. So you've got linear stiffness, quadrilateral stiffness, vertical stiffness, time quote for the physics, yada yada yada. So whenever you're saying like here X, Y, and Z, it's talking about which position it is. So X is left to right, Y is front to back, Z is up to down. The mod author does give brief descriptions up here for the first few bits and pieces. And then after that, I definitely recommend reading all this. And then after that, you're sort of, on your own. So he breaks down the breasts, and the butt's set up the same way, except for obviously it applies to the butt. Right, so we're just going to leave the settings as is. You can change the settings to whatever you want, but I definitely recommend going through, having a play with it. If you're worried about it, just make a backup of this file, and then you can play with it all you want, and then just override it again with your backup. So you can pretty much undo everything you've done, if that is what you want to do. Right, so that is now installed. Bit of a journey just to get this one mod in, but the mod requires the mod, which requires another mod, which requires another mod, and sometimes this is what you got to do to mod your game. Now with the armor, we've got you can ignore foam mod down here. That is pretty much if you install it through Nexus or through Vortex. But this one is required, so that is the base game, which will just drop straight into here. Rightio, now that that's done, we're going to go to the Slim, CBBE Slim, because that's a preset I've got with CBBE. Meshes, we're just going to drag and drop. It'll do its thing. Yep, or you can just go into it and do all this manually, but I'd recommend just dragging and dropping. Body slider, so this will give you the sliding tools and the map and all that for it. So CBBE can, pretty much alter it to the body that you've chosen through CBBE. Again, if you've jumped from the last one where I installed the EP3 skeleton straight to this one, I will put a link in the description below for the CBBE installer. I was going to do another video on it, but I've already got a video, so there's not much point in having two identical videos. But I'll have a link in the description below. So that's that done. Now, number 4, level list loot. Level list loot USSEP. So that is a patch. This is the level list for the loot. So we'll drop that in there. We'll go back. For USSEP, so that would be for a body, I believe. I'm not going to drop that in there because I do not need any patches. Nothing I've put in here requires a patch. List level rare, we'll drop that in there. Go back. And again, the patch. Alternate helmet crown, alternate helmet option. So you pick one of these, whether you want crown or if you want option. So I'm going to pick crown. And that's it. It's done. All that's left to do now is to pretty much close that. Bring this over. What's this? They can close down. All that's left to do now is to pretty much do the Caliente's tool. Body slider. So now that we have everything going, you pick your body size, your body choice and all that. I'm going to preview it. There we go. I'll have to blur this out because of YouTube and all that. But I'm just going to pick something silly and big so you can pretty much see what is going on with the outfit, with the physics mod. Silly huge, all the way up, silly huge, put all the way up. There we go. So again, I'm going to blur this out because of, well, YouTube, but you'll get to see the effects of it inside the game. I'm going to close that down. Batch build. We're going to batch build all our new armors. We're going to keep everything selected. Build. We're going to select the physics. Or you can select never nude with physics if you prefer, whichever one you want. And body fur to physics. Click OK. And it's going to start building. So we have 519 armors for it to build. Depending on how many armor mods you have, it might be more. I believe in my main Skyrim game, I have about 1,100 armor pieces that get built whenever I do this, so I try very rarely to do this. But yeah, it's all part and parcel of the modding game, I guess. There you go. You'll get a little notification saying it's done. All sets were done successfully. We can close that down now. And something else I recommend doing, whenever you're doing anything that might have new animations or something like that, I recommend running skse. Sorry, not skse. I recommend running fins. So to do that, you go to Tools, Generate Fins for Users, come down to Generate Fins for users.exe, double click on it. Make sure you've got these two checked. You don't need to have any of this other stuff checked unless you've got it, which I don't. If you don't know what it is, don't select it. So right now Fins is updating, seeing if there's any new things in there that I've added since the last time it's updated and created its log. So it's detected 164 animations from 2 mods. So pretty much it's the same. Check that. Zero concern. Rightio. Close that down. And we're good to go. So I'm going to see you in game and show you this mod. Okay. Okay, here we are in game. If you look, you can see a slight jiggle happening at the moment with the breasts. I have it set pretty high. I have the everything set pretty high just to like amplify what you'd obviously see. But yeah, you go into that config file that I showed you earlier, and you play with those settings to get it to the bounce, I guess, that you prefer. And yeah, I am on the Jack character playthrough. I do not have a female character that that a female save that works at the moment, so I can't show you on the actual character itself. But yeah, there you have it. You can see that it works. And yeah, I'll see you back on the desktop. And here we are back on the desktop. Now, as you can see, the mod was working fine for me. I am going to say now that I'm not going to be offering any mod support for any of these videos. Obviously, I still offer suggestions and whatnot if people have trouble with skse or SkyUI, because they're relatively simple mods, and as far as I'm aware, there isn't very much out there that they conflict with, or any real issues that they can cause. But as far as the others go, like, you all saw how much went into this mod, or how much went into getting this one mod here installed, and there's just too many variables. If something goes wrong, or if you've installed something incorrectly, or if it's conflicting with another mod, there's just too many variables for me to actually be able to help you. So with that being said, I won't be offering any mod help with any of these. I've shown you how I installed it. Pardon me. I've shown you how I've installed it, and I've shown you that my installation has worked. So if it doesn't work for you, I'm sorry, but the only suggestion I would be able to offer would be to use a mod manager like Vortex. Now, at a later date, I might revisit all these videos and show you how to do it in Vortex, but it's pretty straightforward. Pretty much just click, install, activate, preferably in the same order that I've done it here. And if you do use Vortex, then where is it? XP32 skeleton should win any conflict. It should win any conflict. CBBE or anything like that should not overwrite that mod. I always do say mod the games you want to mod the way that you want to mod them. So if you want to do it manually, more power to you. Have fun. But yeah, I'm not going to spend a few hours of my day trying to figure out how your installation didn't work, like what it might be conflicting with, etc., etc. So yeah, that is pretty much the only help I can offer you if you run into any dramas with this. Now, I know this probably annoy a few people, me saying all that. Now, yeah, I hope this video's helped you guys out. I hope you enjoyed it. Something else I'm planning on doing is just like mod recommendations. You guys recommend me a mod to check out, I'll check it out and I'll do an install video on it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this little mini physics series for Skyrim Special Edition. I will catch you in the next video. Remember, mod the games that you want to mod the way that you want to mod them. And don't forget to have fun. Bye!